With Oklahoma, it's basically a setup of how everybody's living on the farm and how everybody's getting along and what's going to happen when they turn Oklahoma into a state.
It's a down-home comedy is the best way that I can describe it, with just a little undercurrent of tension.
That's what the whole town's geared up for. They just want to get their life started and growing into the state of Oklahoma.
The role of Curly has to be someone who is robust. He has to be someone that can carry the title song of Oklahoma at the end of the show. Still have a little bit of humility about him. I mean, he's a big burly cowboy, but at the same time kind of humble and sweet. And I think I found that.
Well, Curly is obviously the lead, but he also is a cowboy, and he's kind of cocky, more just sure of himself. You know, he's been around the block, he's done it, he's always been good at it. So he knows he's good, but he likes to let other people know as well.
I play Lori Williams, and I'm kind of a tomboy. I'm a farmer. I live on the prairie in Oklahoma, of course, with my Aunt Eller. And I'm basically, I guess you'd consider me a strong woman, and I'm kind of in love with Curly, but I don't really want him to know, and so we play this kind of cat and mouse game through most of the show, and then you kind of see my softer side come out as the show goes along.
She really has an arc in the show, so she goes through a quick growing up process. And the actress is Jenny, and she has worked with us here professionally before. She's done community theater and professional theater. So I've worked with her before, and she has some pretty high soprano notes, so you can kind of weed out through the audition process. You can weed out easily that way, just from the high notes that the soprano has to hit.
Why do they think up stories that link?
Well, we always start off with music and then go to choreography, and that's for the main big numbers. Then after that you have blocking, which is with our director, Pacer, and at that point you're really dialing in on the different scenes throughout the musical. So you have a scene that you have to detail in Act 1. Well, the whole act is one scene, so there's so much blocking that goes into that. It takes a while to get done.
Every now and then we would go back and brush up on music or choreography, but we kept it blocking.
We all came in as a cast, and we learned several of the group numbers, and it was an easy process, I guess.
It is a lot of work. Were I to be out there dancing, that would be a different story. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about things like that. Not much of a dancer.
It is one of the most famous, most popular musicals of all time. Some say it is the epitome of a Broadway musical.
It's the musical of all musicals.
So if you haven't seen it, you would want to expose yourself to it for that reason alone.
Nashville and Middle Tennessee in general has been through a lot in the last few months, well, the last year really, because, you know, the recession that's happened, the economy's been what it's been, and then of course we had that flood, and I think that Oklahoma is a really traditional, just good feeling musical, and I think sometimes it's nice to go and see a musical that's not, you know, about some type of political incorrectness or not some kind of really heavy, serious topic. It's just the type of musical to where when it's over, you smile and you feel good and you remember the songs. People are looking for just a good time and to get away from the seriousness and kind of think about days gone by that were maybe a little bit simpler. I think it's a good musical for that.
Oklahoma is a musical everybody needs to know, if they don't already, because it's one of the great ones. It is very much family fun. As many people can come see it. I mean, that's what makes it good. The more audience members that we have coming, giving us the energy, then we can give it straight back to them.
These 50 people in the cast are doing it for the love of doing it. And so I think the love of theater that they have translates to the audience. So you're experiencing an exciting performance. Call 740-5500, and that's the box office. And you can buy either show-only tickets at the community theater price scale, or you can buy dinner tickets or lunch tickets at the dinner theater price. So it's your choice, show only, or dinner with the show on Friday and Saturday nights, or lunch with the show on Saturday afternoons. 740-5500.